Conditionals. So in the previous section, we went over conditional statements. Now we have to start understanding if that hypothesis is going to create a logical conclusion. The way we can do that is by going through the hypothesis and the conclusion and then trying to create a counterexample, something that when the hypothesis is true but the conclusion is false. If we can create a counterexample, that's going to be the proof for it. So I'll give you examples of a counterexample, and then it'll start making more sense. If is the following conditional statement true? All right, so I'm going to read a statement, a hypothesis, and a conclusion. We'll see if it's true. If a fruit grows on a tree, then it is an apple. Well, true. Trees are fruits that grow on trees. So, okay. But is that the only thing that's true from that hypothesis? And the answer to that is no, because I can provide a counterexample. Pears grow on trees, plums grow on trees. There's a whole bunch of fruit that grows on trees. So it's not necessarily the exact true definitive statement based on that hypothesis. Take a look at example number 2. Is the following condition true? If m and n are negative numbers, then the product of m and n is positive. So we know that if we multiply any two negative numbers, because it said if m and n are negative numbers, so both m and n are negative, and then the product is the answer to a multiplication problem, we know that whenever we multiply same sign, we get a positive answer for multiplication. I can't think of any two negative numbers that you can multiply to where it does not equal a positive. So simply because I cannot come up with a counterexample would mean that this is a true statement. I can't think of anything that would prove that wrong. So this idea of conditionals is now taking another layer into account whenever we're talking about a conditional statement. If A, then B. Now we're determining if they're true or false. And we can determine that if they're true or false by, can we provide an example that would also be true, that is not part of the conclusion.